power.
Well, it's nice to meet Jessica, by the way.
Jessica Martin, meet Harry Rock, the chair of the 350th anniversary committee.
Good morning, Harry.
Jessica is the owner of Umbrella Books, and it works with Russell Atwood down there. Is that blueumbrellabooks.com?
You got it.
Okay. Well, and she's also at Jessica Martin Realty as well. She's a realtor. She's a beekeeper. She's a tattoo artist.
Well, she's got some serious ink on those arms.
I want to take you everywhere with me. Just shout out my resume.
There we are.
If you want a promotion person.
Harry is a musician. He is a spokesperson for the YMCA.
Wonderful.
Yeah, he is a retired administrator. He is an active volunteer. He is a board member of every other board in town. Right. He attends everything that Westfield on weekends does.
Yes.
And
Wonderful.
he is Ken's friend, Ken's assistant today in lieu of
the beautiful
Kathy Palmer.
The majestic Kathy Palmer.
And Ken wants to get rid of you, Harry.
I recognize. He had me last week, and I was shocked that he brought me back for another week, but I said, I know I'm not as pretty as Kathy. And, Kathy's like...
You would never want to get up at 6 a.m. next week to do my show because we don't have a show next week otherwise, because unless, Ken, you wanted to get up at 6 a.m. and help me with my show.
I believe we already have it programmed in that you're not coming, don't we?
Oh, I think we do.
All right, then I'm going to leave it alone.
Oh, you're going to leave it.
Hey, do you want to play a game?
Hey, I would love to play a game. What do you got? Ooh, what do you got there?
And you know what? It's playing and nothing's
coming. Oh, there it is. Hey, everyone. It's your time to play as Nitwits Match Wits. Here at the studios of WSKB, we are playing today with Jessica Martin, Book Diva, Harry Rock, 350 years and counting.
I look good for my age,
yes.
It's all that YMCA working out in the morning.
That's right. Ken Stomsky from Ken's Den, direct from Ken's Den. Are you guys all ready to play?
Ready to play.
Yeah, now the answer here was what I do is I ask you questions, all right? And you answer them as best you can, all right? You ready, Ken?
I think I'm ready.
All right, here's our first question. All right. Could we have that... I've got these trumpets blaring in my ear. Does everybody hear those trumpets? A little lower. Oh, there. Oh,
you like that?
Oh, it's perfect. It's perfect. Here's our first question. Harry, you ready?
I am ready.
Name a place you feel better leaving than going. Name a place you feel better leaving than going.
The bathroom.
Wait. You feel better leaving the bathroom than going.
Right.
It has to be work.
It has to be work?
Work is a good answer.
I was going to say church, but it should be the other way around, right?
Name a place you feel better leaving than going. Well, the bathroom...
the best WSKB?
No, I always love coming here, so I never want to leave.
Okay, yeah.
As you know, I'm in another person.
That's why you're still here.
That's why I'm still here. I was on at 6 a.m. today. Jess?
I'm going to say the doctor.
You feel better leaving the doctor than going. That's a smart answer.
That is a good answer.
I guess it depends on the diagnosis.
Right, exactly.
Now, if I were going to heaven, I would probably say... I'm going... No. I was going to say the funeral home, but that doesn't work. That doesn't work.
No, that doesn't work.
Unfortunately, name a place you feel better leaving than going. It's a place where I go. I'm going to go with Harry, the bathroom.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. I have no other place to go but the bathroom in my life, so why not? All right, let's see what the answer is. Number one, Kenny. Work is the number. 23 out of 100. The dentist.
That would have been... I should have said the dentist. I
21
hate the dentist.
out of 100. 14 said the doctor or the hospital. Church. We heathens didn't say that. 7 out of 10. Get this. Funeral is on there.
Funeral?
Yeah, you feel better going to a cemetery or
better leaving.
I don't get it. That's 7 out of 10. Bathroom is number 6. 5 out of 100 people said the bathroom. Jail, you feel better. What is that? How did people answer that?
Actually, that's right. You feel much better.
You do?
Yes.
That's all right.
That's the old college days. All right, I'm not going to say anything else.
Okay. Name a place little kids don't like to go. Speaking of going.
Right.
Name a place little kids don't like to go.
School.
I really hope Dr. Kevin Coughlin isn't listening. I'm going to say dentist.
Jessica.
Church. It's all going to be the same answers, right, from last time?
Actually, I'm with Jessica. I'd rather go to the dentist than go to church.
Oh, no. For me, I'll take your answer then, Ken. Because
no, I'm keeping my answer because I know I'm probably right.
I left home for a week once because my mother told me that we were going to the dentist. No, I hid from them, and they that was how bad it was. So I'm going to go with Harry. Did you have an answer? Name of the place. School. You really think that?
Yeah.
The doctor is number 1.
Should have said the doctor this round.
The dentist. Bed.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, 27 for the doctor, 19 out of the 100. The dentist is 13. That's number 3.
That should be with doctors, because dentists are doctors.
Yeah. Now get this. Somebody said dark room. 9 people said dark room. Name a little place don't like to go. A dark room. Oh, I don't know.
Is that the same as a dark place?
Oh, yeah. 7 is church. Church. Okay, gotcha. Name a food people whip. Name a food people whip. Well, we have choices. You immediately said potatoes.
Right.
You whip your mashed potatoes?
Yes.
Yes, yeah. I mash my potatoes. They're called mashed. You don't whip mashed potatoes. You mash.
That's a whipped
But you got to whip them up after you mash them.
Whipped. When was it? Whipped potatoes like something that doesn't.
You go to the restaurant, you can order whipped potatoes.
Yes.
See, thank you, Jessica.
Yes, that's a very smooth mashed potato.
Right. Clearly you're not eating in the finer restaurants in town.
Look, and when I see whipped potato in a restaurant, I think they're taking it out of a box.
If you really want to get fancy, you can have a potato puree.
A pure. Oh my God!
Listen to this woman.
I rice my potatoes.
You rice your potatoes?
Yes, I have a potato ricer.
What is a potato
What is
ricer?
that?
It's a little thing that you spin, and it shoves the potato through a sieve, and it makes them nice and smooth.
Really? Jessica.
Sounds real.
Never heard
Google it.
Name a food people whip.
I'll go with the obvious and say cream.
You whip your cream.
Yes. Heavy whipping cream only.
Oh, yeah.
Whipping cream. Whipped potatoes, whipped cream, whipped. What else would you whip?
Cool.
You'd cool whip.
You would actually whip it though.
You'd whip it.
Whip it?
You'd whip it.
Oh, don't get me going there.
Yeah. What other kinds of things would you whip that would be eating? Oh, how about, I got it, eggs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good call.
Yeah.
But Bob, to your point, they're scrambled. They're not whipped, they're scrambled.
Yeah. Listen, don't quibble with me, Sybil. Don't quibble with. Let's see what the answer is. Cream is number 1. 48.
Cream?
Oh, you got some pie, huh? Can I have a piece?
Yes.
Sure. Ooh, let me have some of that Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
What'd you say? You can't have a pie without Cool Whip. Cool Whip? Cool Whip, yeah. You mean Cool Whip? Yeah, Cool Whip. Cool Whip. Cool Whip. Cool Whip. Cool Whip.
You're saying it weird. Why are you putting so much emphasis on the H?
What are you talking about? I'm just saying it. Cool Whip. You put Cool Whip on pie. Pie tastes better with Cool Whip.
Say whip.
Whip.
Now say Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
You're eating hair!
Oh my God.
Jessica made me do that.
What was it?
Kenny, where do you get
It's
these
very
things from?
funny.
Who is that?
It's from Family Guy. It's Stewie and Brian from Family Guy. It's very funny.
Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
Stewie and
Say
Brian,
Cool
I love
Whip.
them.
I love it. So number one was cream. Number 2 was potatoes. Yeah.
Number 2 was potatoes.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't whip our potatoes. Oh, I see. We mash our potatoes.
Yeah.
Potatoes. potatoes is not on the list. You were incredulous.
You
were incredulous that
Does your wife ever say we're having whipped potatoes with your steak?
Oh.
She's never said that. She says mashed potatoes. Never. You have never.
Yeah, but
I'm going home to whip my potatoes.
I go to the restaurant and I say, "Do you have whipped potatoes?"
Oh, okay.
Are they mashed?
One more, Bob.
Yeah, eggs. Eggs is number 3. Cake. A cake mix is number 4. All right. Here we go. Our final question. Name a popular place for couples to make out. A popular place for couples to make out. Jessica.
Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm going to say the car.
The car.
Yeah.
Front seat or back?
Excellent question.
Well, it depends on what you're going to do.
Right? How comfortable do you need to be? How much time do you have? We got to answer these questions.
It depends on how many other people are at Inspiration Point.
Right. And if there are other people in the back seat, you certainly don't want to go back there.
Well, maybe you do.
Oh, for God's sakes. Honest to God, Harry, get us out of this one.
Well, I was going to actually say the car as well, but I will, since Jessica's already taken that, I'll take the drive-in movies.
The drive-in movies. Uh-huh.
Which aren't a lot of those around.
Which are in a car, incidentally,
Yes.
but there aren't a lot of drive-in
The
movies.
regular movies works too. That's a given, right?
Yes, my friend.
I so want to say church right now.
Make out in church.
I don't think so.
Oh, my God.
I'd like to see that.
A popular
church,
place for couples to make out in your father's living room. Yeah.
My father's living room?
Kind of like church.
When the parents are away, you make out in the
Sure, I remember my first girlfriend. That's where I would make out with her, was in the living room, and her mother would come around. It's like, oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
I'd be so embarrassed.
Oh, my God.
Act natural.
Yes, yeah. You didn't marry this woman.
I did not.
Oh, good.
I got dumped by that woman.
Yeah. Oh, you did? Because of her mother, probably.
Right, probably because of her mother.
That's right. Let's see what these answers are. Car, 31 out of 100. Movie, 30, or a theater. No one would make out in a theater. Right. The show is going on, and no.
Well, if you go to Showcase
What's
now,
the
they have
show?
these big
Yeah.
seats that you sit in, and they lounge back. Actually, more things could go on in those theaters.
The beach, we never ever thought of the beach.
The beach.
Lover's Lane is number 4. A bedroom is number 5, and the park is number. Let's go parking.
Parking.
That's where we get the name Let's Go Parking. Ken, have you ever gone parking?
I'm not having any part of this conversation.
Of course.
Kenny's looking at you with incredulity.
All right, I say 20, Bob.
Hey, I got to announce the winner.
Yep.
The winner of this week's As Nitwits Match Wits, Miss Jessica Martin.
Woo! Winner!
Winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah, you win the trip to Ludlow.
Excellent. I love Ludlow this time of year.
All right. Good. Hey, everybody. I've had a great time. It's 8:21 in the morning. I'm going to stay around because your guest is gone. We got to talk Big Brother.
We have to talk Big Brother.
And then I'm going off. I got to get home to watch Kelly and Ryan.
Regis and Kathy Lee.
Oh, it's Regis and Kathy Lee.
Priorities.
Hey, Jess, thanks so much. We'll see you next time.
Thank
Blue
you for having
Umbrella
me.
Books and Jessica Martin Realty.
You got it.
Yeah,
yes.
we appreciate
Come
it.
find me.
All right. Well, and come find every other realtor. I always have to say that because we don't ever want to just give out a shout out to just one person because that's the FCC rules. However,
yes.
However,
you don't want
to. Get out of here. Break out. Hey, we're going to take a break. Ken, we'll be right back, right?
We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646.
Thursday morning from 6 till 8, it's Patrick Berry, owner of the Westfield News Group.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
8:25 and a half here on this 17th day of July in the year 2018. Anno Domini. This is the Den, Ken's Den.
The views expressed during Ken's monologue are solely those of Ken Stomsky and do not reflect the views of Westfield State University, the Westfield State Foundation, the WSKB Radio Club, Westfield Community Radio, Most Average Human Beings, Persons with a Pulse, and anyone else we haven't covered.
You know what, Harry?
What, Ken?
This past weekend, I spent a lot of time out in the sun at the air show.
Yes, you did.
Even with sunblock on, I managed to become a crispy critter. Two things can happen when you leave something out in the sun. They will cook or they will rot. Let's expand on the whole idea of something rotting.
Ooh.
Let's use a different word for rotting, though.
Uh-oh.
Fermenting.
Oh.
Fermenting has been a way of preserving food for thousands of years.
Uh-huh.
Wine is fermented.
Well, that's what came to mind.
Soy sauce is fermented. Tabasco sauce is fermented. Kimchi is fermented. Sauerkraut is fermented. Are you following me?
I am.
A lot of things we consume have gone through a stage of fermentation or rotting.
I do not want to think about wine as rotting.
One of the forms of fermentation that has existed for years and years is called lactic fermentation. Lactic fermentation is how sauerkraut and kimchi are made. There's something else more popular than those two put together, however. New York deli or half-sour pickles. Yep, that pickle you crave that runs circles around any other dill you can find was created through a rotting process.
What a thought.
These pickles are not made with vinegar or heat processed. They sit in a brine from anywhere from a few days to several weeks. This brine is simply a low-acid mix of water and salt. The cukes are packed in the crocks. The brine is poured over them. They are weighted down, and then you wait for the enzymes to start to break down. They start to rot. The cukes start to create their own lactic acid, and that is the process that makes half-sours. It is that simple. At least I thought it was that simple. I've been practicing with fermentation for about a year now. And with some mistakes I have made, I'm surprised I have been brought to Noble for food poisoning.
Ooh.
Then it happened. Last week, actually.
Uh-oh.
After experimenting over and over, I nailed it. Perfect half-sours. I actually took a few different techniques, and I took a bit from each of them to come up with an idea for making these things, which I will get into with the chef next time he comes in. During the air show, Harry mentioned how I have a habit of talking about one topic and then going completely off topic, yet I somehow get back to the original topic at hand. And I mentioned that just so I could point out to Harry that I may even do something like that in my own monologue. Let's pay our bills. We'll be back right after this.
Oh, my God.
I ain't worried about nothing. I am wearing a nada. I'm sitting pretty impatient, but I know you gotta put in them hours. I'ma make it harder. I'm sending pick after picture. I'ma get you fired. I know you're always on that night shift, but I can't stand these nights alone. And I don't need no explanation, 'cause baby, you're the boss at home. You don't gotta go to work, 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 but you gotta put in work, 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 work. You don't gotta go to work, 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 work. Let my body do the work, work, work. We can work from home. We can work from home. Let's put it in motion. I'ma give you a promotion. I'll make it feel like a vacate. Turn the bed into an ocean. We don't need nobody. I just need your body. Nothing but cheating between us. Ain't no getting off early. I know you're always on that night shift, but I can't stand these nights alone. And I don't need no explanation, 'cause baby, you're the boss at home. You don't gotta go to work, but you gotta go to work, work. You don't gotta go to work, and my body do the work, We can work from home. We can work from home.
Oh yeah, girl gotta work for me. Can you make it clap? No hands for me. Take it to the ground, pick it up for me. Look back at it all, I'm for me. Put in work like my time, she ride it like a 63. I'ma buy a new Celine, let her ride in the forest with me. Oh, she the babe, I'm her boo, and she down to break the rules. Ride or die, she gon' go, I'm gon' choose. She finesse, I fight bugs, she take that. Put in overtime on your body.
You don't gotta go to work, but you gotta go to work. You don't gotta go to work, and my body do the work. Yeah, we can work from home. We can work from home. Yeah, we can work from home. Yeah, we can work from home. Yeah.
We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646.
He rules the roost on Thursday from 6 till 10. It's Patrick Berry.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
Look at that! The Hendersons are getting a new fence.
Ah, who cares? They're swingers.
I want a new fence.
We just got one 2 years ago after your parents were killed.
I want a new fence. That's it. We're never having sex again. Need a home loan fast? At the American Bank of Los Santos, we'll help you get the debt you need to make life easier. We'll show you how to look richer and be poorer. Your home is your equity. What exactly are you saving it for? You need to impress people fast, not in 20 years. It's only a risk if you get into money troubles or the economy changes, which doesn't seem likely. We know living in the suburbs is a constant competition, where you're defined by your lawn and your siding. Call American Bank of Los Santos when you need to add a rec room addition with a jungle swing or a jacuzzi for 8. Now that the kids have moved out and have drug problems of their own, maybe it's time to install a luxury marble wet bar so you can get drunk in private. American Bank of Los Santos. Dreams take money. Why worry about tomorrow if you look inadequate today?
834 WSKB 89.5 FM, brought to you by the Bank of Los Santos.
Oh, I love that. Oh, my God. Well, we were talking about with Jessica Martin about realty. That's a perfect commercial.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. At any rate, but where do you get those?
I put a lot of effort into my show.
Oh, my God.
Say that.
I love that, Ken.
Bob,
are you
Kenny
saying that I don't put a lot of effort into mine?
Well, our efforts are different.
Oh, we have different efforts.
The stuff he comes out with, he has all these little clips and these.
I know it. Right.
I don't know where he gets them all from.
Harry. Who was that?
Is that
a cow?
No, that was a donkey.
Oh, that was a donkey?
Or it could be referred to something else.
I don't know. It sounds like
I don't want to use the other word besides
in
donkey,
the men's
though.
room. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, Harry, what's your show? When is your show on?
Rock on Westfield.
Yeah.
I'm on the 4th Wednesday of the month.
Is that next week?
I'm on
the weekend.
From 8 to 9.
Yeah, 8 to 9.
Yeah, I'm on the 4th Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesdays. Okay,
right,
gotcha. Yeah, you enjoying that?
I love it, and I have to say thank you because this good soul sitting next to my left here, for anybody that can actually see us.
Oh, on Channel 15.
Yeah, Channel 15, who could not hear us. By the way, they could not hear us yesterday. They could see us, but they couldn't hear us.
Oh.
But anyway, you were instrumental in getting me involved in this, and it's funny.
Stop.
You were. You brought me on as a guest last year ago.
Uh-huh.
In February, probably,
right?
As to be interviewed and stuff. And the next thing I know, I said, you come up to me and say, we all discussed the fact.
We were at a funeral, actually. Remember?
Oh, that's right. We were. We were standing in line.
We were standing in line at a funeral, Ken. No, stop that.
Yeah, I know it. And you talked to me about doing this, and the next thing I know, you bring me on as a guest, and then I said, you know what? I think that was my.
You were trying out.
Yeah, you were trying me out, and the next thing I know, you're telling me, you said, Harry, we noticed that you're really not shy around a microphone.
Yeah. No, it's great.
And the next thing I know, you're offering me a show, and I have loved it.
Oh,
so
great.
Rock on Westfield.
We'll move you to a weekly show eventually.
Yeah, eventually. Not yet. I got too many things going on in my life.
Including the 350. This guy, Ken Stomsky, is so involved with the community. Did you know that?
Yes.
Because I've pulled Kenny in as well, which made Kenny just as involved in the community.
Oh my God! Yeah, you have a title.
He does have a title.
You have a title with the 350th, don't you? I mean, it's not like the king of the 350th.
Board member at large.
Board member, but you were in charge of something. Aren't you in charge?
Media expert,
media consultant, or something?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do all of the Facebook stuff and the website.
And then when I have a question about media, who do I go to? Ken Stomsky. Because I don't know this stuff.
Oh, my God.
But Kenny knows everything.
Oh, no, I know. I got to sit with you about my Twitter account. You want me on Instagram now as well.
I'm not following you on Twitter or Instagram, Bob.
Oh, please follow me, Bob.
Guess what?
Oh, no. I love the way you're doing it. Oh, got it. Harry, you know what that music means?
What?
Oh, he doesn't.
Big Brother is watching.
Oh, I don't know what that means.
Oh, yeah, that's the theme song from Big Brother.
Oh, okay.
Do you watch Big Brother?
I do not.
You have not watched it since we've been talking about it.
No.
We bored you to death talking about Big Brother.
No, I don't watch a lot of television, actually.
Yeah.
I watch the news.
Period.
That's enough.
Yeah, it's a heartbreak.
Right.
Heartbreaking.
Right.
At any rate. Hey, well, it's heartbreaking for us sometimes to watch Big Brother.
But it wasn't heartbreaking last week.
Neither one of us. We were so happy. Swaggy.
When is it on?
It's on 3 times a week. You have
Sunday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
For an hour each night.
Every night.
On CBS.
And then every night after midnight on Pop for 2 to 3 hours, depending on what they're feeling like. And at CBS.com, 24-hour live feeds.
So what's it about?
You got all these people living in a house together. You've got you start with 16, I think, right? Is it 16?
16 this year.
16 house guests.
People living in a house.
And then they vote. It's like being on Survivor. They vote them off from time to time, and they get alliances and they play games, and it's a real
sounds very political.
Oh, it's very for them really boring because they're not connected at all to the world outside. They can't read. I can't believe that they don't allow books in there.
He brought that up last year.
Yeah.
Do they live there full 24/7?
24/7, and they've got cameras in every room
for 100 days straight.
Yeah,
and they'd have no outside.
No outside contact at all. No. And so they,
wow.
Yeah.
What do they do for a living? They could give up 100 days in their life and not have.
Well, they're trying for what, $500,000 or something?
A lot of money.
a lot of money, and they also become famous in a way because the schmoes like Kenny and I watch them every week, and we actually can recite former guests on like Rachel, Rachel. Remember Rachel O'Reilly?
Couldn't stand her.
Yes, or Dan. Like Dan Giesel.
Yep.
These names don't mean anything to you, but for us,
No,
us Big Brother fans, we really or Boogie.
Mike Boogie.
Oh my God! So look at this.
Hanging out with Dr. Will.
Yeah. How about Bunky?
Yeah.
Remember Bunky?
Remember Evil Dick?
Oh, God help me. Yes. Oh, yes. See, how do you like that?
Wow.
Yeah. So now we're into, this is the 16th season? 20th. Oh, my God.
20th season?
Yes.
And you've not watched it once?
Not. So, wait a minute. Give me, it's on CBS, and what are the days and times?
Sunday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Sunday.
At what time?
Well, mostly it's at 8 o'clock, but on Sundays, Thursdays, it's
8
at
o'clock
9
at
o'clock.
night?
Yeah, it's 9 o'clock at night. 9 o'clock at night. It's
all right. I'll catch
it's the
one.
eviction, the episode, but it's for voyeurs. I really think that Big Brother sort of contributes to a sense of voyeurism in America. You know how you like to sit in a cafe and watch people walk by?
Yeah.
Well, to watch people live, that's what we do. We watch Big Brother. We watch people kind of live together and figure it out together.
For 100 days.
100 days.
Not all of them.
No,
I'm trying to figure out how you can give up your life for 100 days, pay your bills.
If you saw some of these people, you would understand.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. But many of them go. Well, we've had policemen on there, and they take a sabbatical or whatever they call it. They talk to their employers.
Are they married? Do they have families?
Yes.
And they give up their families for 100 days?
If you had $500,000 to win, you might want to. If you always wanted to be famous, you might want to. Ken, would you would you go on Big Brother?
Yes, knowing I'd probably go about a week or two.
You would be voted up.
I'd be evicted.
You think in a week or two?
Yeah. The old fat, ugly guy,
stop.
They always get kicked out first.
Oh, stop. Oh, no. I would say that I would probably be evicted because they always have an older guy. They never have anyone over 40 on that show.
I had someone close to 50.
Did they?
Yeah,
but they
47
never.
or 48.
They never had a 70-year-old because they have all these.
Well, you and I would both go off because I'm just behind you.
Yeah, but you're pretty athletic. You need to be athletic on the show as well as being smart and strategic and negotiate the system, right? Don't you think so?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to have an idea of what's going on.
Well, last week, Swaggy C got voted off.
And I am so happy.
We hated Swaggy C.
I hated him with a passion.
Oh, my God.
And you know what? He was not graceful at all.
Oh, he was so angry.
It was just, nothing nice about it.
He got voted off, and he was so angry when he got voted off. He was really angry.
Yeah.
But
very poor sportsmanship.
And one of the things is on the show that they get connected. They have romances on the show. It's sort of like
these are just men?
No, and women.
Oh, and women too.
Oh my God!
Showmances.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was just men. Oh, it's men and women.
Men and women.
And so they all have their own bedroom.
No, they have to sleep in the same rooms together.
And sometimes the same beds.
Oh,
too.
sometimes
there aren't enough beds. The number of beds is different than the number of people.
Yeah. Now you're gonna watch it.
Now you're perking my curiosity here.
They have Big Brother overnight, or what's the After Dark?
Big Brother After Dark.
And you actually see them. Do you see them sleeping?
You see them sleeping more so on the live feeds on CBS.com.
I see.
Because, anywhere from, maybe 7 or 8 a.m. Eastern to 1 o'clock Eastern.
And could I pull it up right now on my phone?
You have to pay for the feeds.
Oh.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
but you can watch them because they have microphones. You can see them talking together as well. But they want, like we would be talking, like let's try to. I want you to vote out next week. I want you to vote out.
Oh, really?
Haley.
It's very cutthroat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's really.
So
cutthroat.
every week
we don't know if Haley is going to be up for being voted out.
So every week they're getting rid of somebody. So it's kind of like
alliances.
The Apprentice. Someone's always getting voted out.
It's exactly right. And so this week. We have now. There's a head of the household, and they are the ones that choose
and
people. to be
Gawky V ended up winning the head of the household competition.
Oh my God! There's a nerd. His real name is Scotty.
Scotty Fulton.
We call him Gawky V.
Gawky V.
Gawky V. Yes. And Gawky V. Scotty was voted the head of household. He won the title, head of household. So he nominated 2 other people to go up. And this happened to be a bromance. Do you know what a bromance is? You and I we really have a bromance, Harry.
Oh, we do, but I think Trump and Putin have a bromance.
Oh, my God.
All right, so he knows what a bromance is.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh my God.
So the 2 bros are up for eviction.
So they have a bromance on the show.
They've at least been nominated. We haven't seen the power veto competition yet.
No.
But if everything stays the same, then we are looking at both double barrel.
Double barrel is Winston because he has guns at home. He doesn't have a gun in there, but I call him double barrel.
And Nerd Stud.
And Nerd Stud is actually a guy who's very smart. He's a cybersecurity guy from outside of Boston, and nobody knows that he's a cybersecurity guy. So he's got this mental capacity that people don't know.
Yeah.
People hide their intelligence in this show. They either play dumb or they play like they're somebody else. And
are they hiding, or is that really how they are?
No,
a lot of people will put on a show.
They pretend.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
One season they had a set of twins, and so they would put one twin would come in, and then another twin would come in.
They play.
And nobody knew that they were twins until somebody figured out that they.
That's funny.
Yeah. It's a really. Cool
and then of course you have punishments, like wearing a unitard all week long. Or eating Big Brother slop. Yeah, instead of real food, you have to eat slop for a week.
Oh, yeah. Or this week, somebody got punished this week. Oh, they have this thing now.
It's the Hamlet penalty.
Yeah, they have this thing now. Whoever is trending most on the Internet wins prizes or gets some ability.
Power veto or a power advantage.
People who are not trending, the lowest man in the totem pole has to do something. So
that ends up being called a crap app.
A crap app.
App.
Yeah. And so
he's following all this, Harry.
I am following it.
Yeah. And
I will tune in and at least watch one episode.
So the person who got the crap app this week, it's a Hamlet punishment.
Yeah.
And whenever they hear Hamlet coming over the speakers, they have to change into a Shakespeare outfit, stand on a soapbox, and read from Hamlet until they're told to stop. And the punishment won't end until they get to the end of the book.
Yes. Right.
Oh, my God.
And it's, and that's the most cultural thing that's
the most cultural.
It's about as sophisticated as it
gets. Because the last punishment was called Hamazon.
Oh, my God, get this one.
So every time the doorbell would ring, a package would show up, and there's ham in it.
Yes.
And you have to
only it wasn't ham because the guy is Muslim, and he's not allowed to eat ham, so they had fake ham coming.
Fake ham. And you have to eat all the ham that they put in the box before you can go on to do anything else. And these boxes were coming multiple times a day, and you could see him just getting sick and tired of
just eating ham.
Oh yeah. Hey, who do you think who's going to be voted off?
I think one of the 2 bros are going to come off the block, and there will be a back door.
And who will they backdoor?
I have no idea.
I hope they get rid of Freaky Friday. I'm tired of this rock star. She calls herself rock star. Yeah. Anybody that calls themselves rock star.
Right.
Yeah, Freaky Friday.
Freaky Friday
is a little too in. Maybe Space Cadet could be backdoored after what she did to Swaggy C, because Swaggy still has some friends in that house.
Yeah, Space Cadet actually is a woman who is very into yoga and karma and all that sort of stuff. But she made a mistake, and she is now sort of you gotta be.
She made
careful.
a big move, and it's gonna bite her in the butt.
Yeah. So when's the time we're gonna watch this on Sunday evening?
Watch it for what?
Well, to watch who gets evicted. No.
Eviction is Thursday. Power of Veto will be Wednesday.
Oh, yeah. So Power of Veto, now that means that they get to veto, you can take somebody off the block.
Uh-huh.
Okay. It's very complicated.
It sounds it. I really, and there's a lot of people watching this, huh?
It's like the biggest show in the summertime. Honest to
It's
God.
always in the top 10 for ratings.
Yeah. Always in the top 10. It's beating everything, including the news.
Why? So here's my
Kathy
question.
can't stand it. Pete can't stand it.
Why are people watching? What is the appeal?
Everyone wants to see a train wreck, right?
You want to see people, and it's sort of scripted. It's not really scripted. It's edited. They edit it, and it's very clever. They ought to get an award for the editing because they have
Amazing Race usually beats.
Oh yeah, Amazing Race. But they edit it out into a storyline, and there's a storyline, and there's villains and sort of stuff. But it's well done. I watch probably because I've always enjoyed people acting. I always watch interactions between people, and even if they're fake interactions, it's like somebody watching wrestling. Ken, don't you think? It's not.
Don't pick on wrestling. That's Pete's thing.
No, that's right. Well, it's sort of like wrestling matches in a way, but it's really not because it could go either way. I just like watching people and interacting, and you get to know people in a different way.
Now, they can't ever leave the house.
No.
They're in this house for 100 days.
Yes, exactly right. They have celebrity Big Brother once a year.
That was renewed for season 2, by the way.
So we're going to watch the celebrities. They only are in for 3 weeks. However, these people are in, and we're not even close to being. How many?
We're almost a third of the way through.
A third of the way. We've got rid of 3 people.
We're at day 27, I think.
Yeah. But you live with somebody can you imagine living with me 24 hours a day? Who would you vote off? If the 3 of us are here, who would you vote off first? Would you vote Ken at me or me off if you were in?
He doesn't know the dynamics of the show, so that's an unfair question.
Right.
So, thank you, Ken.
Yeah.
That.
But you want to win.
Got your back, bro.
Right, you do.
Yeah. You want to win. You want the 500,000. You want to get rid of one of us. Okay, because you want to win the 500,000.
So it really doesn't matter because I got to get rid of both of you at some point.
Well, you're going to have to because
he's learning.
Yeah, but I'm going to be on a jury judging you. Okay, I'm going to be the one that's going to choose you as the winner. So I go on a jury. If you get rid of me, I go on a jury.
Oh.
Yeah. See how complicated
it
this is.
does get complicated.
Oh, my God.
I need to be kind to you, even though I'm voting you off. I need to make you my romance friend.
You got to think. We got to think that we are bromances.
Oh, so we've got to.
Meanwhile, you're colluding with this man over here, sort of like Russian collusion, and then
Hey, Bob, you have 7 minutes to make it over to Regis and Kathy Lee.
Oh, for God's sakes, I got to leave.
You watch Regis and Kathy Lee?
Yes, I do.
No, Regis isn't on it.
I know it. I can't remember who the heck.
Kathy Lee and somebody else.
No, it's not Kathy Lee.
It's not even Kathy Lee. It's Kelly and Ryan Seacrest.
Okay, Kelly and Ryan.
But we call it
right.
Okay,
we call it Regis and Kathy Lee.
You watch her? You watch that?
I don't have a life. That's what's happening.
Clearly.
I don't know. I do have a life. This is my escape from reality. Big Brother and Regis and Kathy Lee. But I do also have to watch the news today. Very important to watch the news.
I watched the news this morning before I came
Oh,
here.
my God. Am I going to be upset? Or am I going to be going, what are we going to do? Vote! We gotta vote! At any rate,
that's what you're going to say.
I'm going to go and I'm going to learn. At any rate, hey, I've had a fun time today. For 3 hours, I've entertained. You guys have entertained me.
I think you could keep going for another 3, quite frankly. That's what we love about Bob Pless. There's no turning you off. You're just the Energizer Bunny.
Yeah.
And it's just nonstop rhetoric.
I stopped the minute I leave.
You just keep talking. It just never stops.
It's unfiltered.
And we never know where you're going. It's almost as bad as Kenny. I love listening to Kenny's show because I know he's getting to an end point.
Yes.
But it's very circuitous. I never quite know where he's going.
Yeah.
And then he surprises me with some of the little speed bumps that he throws in there.
He's got speed bumps.
But he always gets us to where we're trying to get to. And you're kind of the same way.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Right.
I appreciate that. That's a compliment to be.
The thing, Bob and I were in a play together a number of years ago. Reunion at Hippie. What was it? No,
Reunion at Hippie High School.
High, that was it. And
you remember that show?
Kenny, have you ever acted on stage?
Yes.
You have. So you know that you're listening for your cue from the actor that you're about to engage, and then they're listening for your cue. Well, the problem with Bob, we all discovered, was Bob is so good at just improvising and just going off script that we never knew where he was going. And so, okay, we're all there. We're watching him go, and at some point, he's going to start sliding it back in. But we're so
half of the time.
And speaking of being on stage, Kathy Palmer is kind of.
Hi, Kathy. Is she listening?
What is she
She's giving me the teacher finger right now.
Oh, is she listening?
She says to me, Bob Plass and Harry Rock together, what were you thinking?
That's true.
Well, I got to get. Oh my God, I got 4 minutes to get home.
Oh no, 4
All
minutes.
Right. Thank you,
Go
guys.
watch Kathy Lee.
Hey, will you guys talk? We got Thursday night. We have a concert downtown. It's Kix's concert with Chris Campbell and Joseph Gallant, and it's I think it's 7:00, and food and everything. Kix is helping us. The country western. These are country western stars, and it's a great concert. Friday night is the downtown live between Mina's Wine and Spirits and George's Jewelers. Saturday is the Glasgow Lands Festival at Look Park. Sunday at Stanley Park has a band called Union Jack, which is these British invasion bands. So there's lots happening.
Friday night,
and of course, there's nothing going on in Westfield.
Nothing going on. By the way, Friday night on Elm Street, where you were just mentioning, is the Lisa Martin Band. Have you ever heard her?
No.
She is a good friend of mine, phenomenal musician. She's a songwriter, does some covers, but she writes her own stuff.
It's Downtown Live. It's our
She is excellent. So you really want to go and see her and her band. And I will be out on the street before that from 5 to 6:30 busking. I'll be singing and playing on one of the street corners. Tom Sawyer's recruited a few of us, so I'll be out there. I've got my guitar and a speaker. Yeah, so I'll be on.
What corner will you be on?
I do not know yet. He hasn't.
You're going to have
me
a little container where I can throw in a quarter.
A quarter?
Oh,
when you come by, I'm expecting you to be throwing stuff in, but it's called paper.
Paper. Wait till you see the paper.
Toilet paper.
Oh my God! Which reminds me, I gotta go. Bye.
You do have to go.
See you.
We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646.
Wednesday mornings from 6 till 8, it's Tina Gorman with Wake Up Wednesday.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield. We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646. Wednesday mornings start off right from 6 to 8 a.m. with Tina Gorman and Wake Up Wednesday.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
Lager, the beer that brought the forest down.
I drive an exotic imported sports car. I eat exotic foreign food like frankfurters and pizza. But when it comes to numbing my mind, I'm a patriot. I drink the beer that brought the forest down. I'm a lager man. And with the new 80-bottle trunk pack, you've got enough for the evening. Last night, I crapped in my bed and pissed in the closet. Hey, it's happy hour somewhere.
Lager brings out the patriot in you.
9:03 and a half. WSKB brought to you by Lager Beer here on the 17th day of July in the year 2018. Anno Domini.
Anno Domini.
This is the Den.
The Den.
Ken's Den. Ken Stomsky behind the microphone. Sitting in for Kathy Palmer, my typical side chick, is side chick Harry Rock.
Yes, what a side chick I am, too. But we do miss Kathy.
Sorry about this last hour of your life I took away that you're never going to get back.
With the great Bob Plass.
Yeah, I mentioned on air before the break, Kathy Palmer texted me, what the heck was I doing getting the two of you in the same studio?
Well, Bob is just nothing but a whirlwind of... You never know where he's going because he's just so good at coming up with stuff. He's very knowledgeable. I'm always impressed with the topics he can talk about and the things that he comes out with, but he's very, very entertaining on his own.
Mm-hmm. Very,
very good. So, Ken, you had a very active weekend. How did you enjoy the air show?
Well, you can see that I'm still a little red.
You are red, but it's turning brown. You're actually getting tan.
Yeah, and I got red even though I was using sunscreen.
And you were under the tent.
And I was applying it multiple times a day. I was under the tent maybe 20% of the time because I was playing with the cameras. And,
you were.
And
right.
whatnot.
Right.
So it happens, but 2 days out on the tarmac.
Right on the flight line.
We'll beat the heck out of anyone. You only put a few hours in.
Yeah, I did the morning on Saturday, and then we walked around and did... that actually is where I was getting sunburned because we were out on the tarmac going through the static displays.
Mm-hmm.
We got into the tanker. I don't know the code names for those planes. You've got it down along with Pete. The C5M...
C5M would be the latest.
One that was on the ground.
The latest
cargo
version of the Galaxy. Okay, now, so planes have a number and a letter usually, all right?
Right.
Which signifies what model is. But then, oftentimes they're given a nickname. All right, like the F-15s up at Barnes. All right, those are what? Those are Eagles.
Yes.
So F-15
right.
Eagle.
As in the A-10 was the Warthog.
The F-16, which the Thunderbirds were flying this weekend, are... No guess.
No.
Falcons.
Oh.
All right. The C-17 cargo plane that was flying around. That is a...
Mule.
Globemaster.
Oh, Globemaster. You're right. Okay.
You know what, Pete and I, we're trying to educate you on all this Saturday morning.
Well, it was funny.
And it doesn't seem like you retained anything.
Well, no, no, that's not true. I'll tell you what you did educate me on, and I did retain this. What I did not realize is that the letter which precedes the number refers to the type of plane. So F is for fighter, A is attack, C is cargo. What were some of the other letters?
I threw a couple at you that...
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I had no clue. Oh, yeah. My good friend Ken Stomsky here tried to... What's a Z? I don't know. Zebra. No, it doesn't exist. But so...
No, I think I asked you what the J J planes.
Oh,
were.
yeah, right.
And you said jump. I go, that would have been a good guess, but I just made it up.
That's right, because we had Rick Barry, who did go up into the Golden Eagles. But I do have a question for you, because I've often been confused on this. So what we have at Barnes are F-15s.
Correct.
And what the Thunderbirds were F-16s.
Correct.
I did not. Okay, never. That's always confused me.
Yeah, there really aren't any demonstration groups that use the 15s.
And what's the difference between the 16 and the 15 is one has one engine and the other has two?
Well, there's a difference of thrust. There's maneuverability.
Okay.
There's speed. They're completely different animals. And the 15s, they can do demonstrations. There are some demonstration teams with F-15s, but they're nowhere near as popular as using the F-16s. Or, of course, if you're talking the Navy, then you're talking the Blue Angels, who were at Westover 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. They use the FA-18 Hornet.
Yep, I got the Hornet down. Yep, I do remember that.
And, of course, now they have out the FA-18 Super Hornet. Which is quite an aircraft.
So is the 16 a much better plane than the 15?
You can't say that.
Oh,
because they each have their own place.
Characteristics. I got it.
Yeah, some people prefer one over the other. I myself would much rather see the FA-18 up in the air.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's louder. Okay, I'll say that. Maybe that has something to do with it.
They were loud.
But the F-15 is a very loud aircraft.
What was your favorite plane exhibit? What was your favorite thing at the air show this weekend?
I don't do the statics because I've seen all of them multiple times.
There were long lines to get into those.
Out of all the aircraft that were up in the air, I have to go to C-17 Globemaster. I just love seeing that thing fly around, and when it banks and goes around corners, it's just so agile. And those 4 Pratt & Whitney engines that are on that thing, just they bring you right around the corner. You can barely hear it. Beautiful aircraft.
You know what I really enjoy are, and the thing is, when you go to the air show, they really start with more of the vintage aircrafts, and then they kind of bring you through the time until you get to the most modern. What I really enjoy are and I've seen it several times now, different shows, are the World War II vintage planes. I love the Mustang.
Okay. Yes.
The propeller driven.
Piston engine.
Right. Piston engine. And what is the Mustang? Is the what? Do I have the right name, Mustang?
Yeah, P-51.
P-51 Mustang.
Yeah.
I think that is such a cool-looking plane, and I love the sound of it. You hear those piston engine.
Yeah.
And there was another plane.
The P-51 is actually one of our listeners and one of the hosts when we do remotes. And he works as a good tech, and he's always there to help us set up and break down. Rick Barry. And he was at the air show all this weekend as well. The P-51 Mustang is one of his favorites, too.
What was there was another plane that was flying with it. It has a longer snout on it. There were two. The P-51 was flying, and he was flying in concert or in tandem with another World War II vintage plane, but I couldn't figure out what that one was. You have any idea?
I didn't have my eyes up in the air for that one, so I cannot venture a guess as to what was up in the air. I was facing my notebook trying to keep the signal going out.
So what did Rick have to say about his experience?
But you mentioned World War II.
Right.
And they had this particular aircraft at Barnes last year, and I was really happy to see it show up over at Westover this past weekend. I have 3 favorite aircraft, and 2 of them were actually up in the air this weekend.
Globemaster.
So the Globemaster's one, and the T-33 was up in the air. Now, the T-33 is a jet.
Oh.
It's the first jet ever manufactured and designed by Skunk Works. You need a Google Skunk Works, okay? Skunk Works is basically what company was that now? I'm drawing a blank. But it was like an Area 51 thing where a bunch of people got together. And
Lockheed
Martin.
Right.
Thank you. So it was their secret little division, and they designed that T-33 all on slide rule and built it within several months. And it's a very elegant airplane. It was the jet that was flying around really quiet, and it looked like it had tubes or bombs at the end of the wings. Those were actually the gas tanks.
Is that what that is? Yeah.
Yes, the T-33. T is trainer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I just learned something else.
So that's just such a gorgeous aircraft. And we're talking the 40s, 1948.
This was at Barnes last year, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I really like this because it was amazing.
It's an elegant,
very
gorgeous
elegant.
looking plane.
I fully agree with you.
But that jet is actually from 1948.
That's amazing. So those are fuel tanks. I didn't know that.
Yeah, fuel tanks at the end of those wings.
Wow. But it is really cool looking. Yeah. And it's surprisingly fast. What I enjoy about, they start with the older planes, as you call, what do you call them, piston-driven?
Piston engine
planes. And then they brought out this T-33, and you're like, wow, is that thing fast? And then they keep moving you forward. And then when you get to the F-16, the F-15s, it's like, oh my gosh, how fast are these things compared to the old technology, which I thought was pretty quick.
Yeah. And those F-16s are capable of breaking Mach, but you can't do that over a populated area.
Oh, is that
so
right?
you did not actually see the maximum speed of those aircraft.
That's amazing.
And you thought they were quick as they were.
Right.
That they can go a lot faster.
That's amazing. That is amazing. But it was a great show, and it was fun being on the flight deck there with WSKB and the whole crew with Pete Coles and Ken Stomsky. Who else we had there? Rick Berry, Steve.
You're talking about Donnelly?
Steve Donnelly, yes, he was there. Who else? Did we have other show hosts show up? Or would you guys carry the load most of the time?
The rest of the afternoon, it was me and Pete.
Just you and Pete? Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. And Rick Berry.
Rick was good. Rick's always around.
The Golden Knights.
So I wanted to ask you about that. So what was his experience with the Golden Knights? So he went up in the Golden Knights was the jump plane.
It was up longer than what they had expected. There was a delay in timing, so they were orbiting the area longer than what was planned.
Can you tell our listeners what the Golden Knights are?
Well, Golden Knights is an Army group that skydives out of aircraft. And Rick went up for a ride. He didn't jump, but you do have the open door on a plane like that. And you go up to about 12,000 feet. And the atmosphere there is different, which makes it very cold. So it was a very cold ride for him.
Oh, I never even thought about that. So he was not, because he probably just had his summer clothes on.
Well, he had a pair of long pants that he brought because he was told the previous day.
Oh, to prepare.
It's not a pressurized airplane. You're open atmosphere up there.
I never even thought of something like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not like getting into a 737-800 by Southwest and enjoying your flight. You're exposed to the atmosphere.
Oh, wow. I never thought. So he was up there quite a while then.
Yeah, over an hour.
Wow.
Yeah.
Actually, now I'm starting to think that maybe I'm glad I didn't go up. That's a long time to be up there.
Yeah, all in all, it was like a 3-hour commitment in order to do that. And I would have done it, but I was playing assistant chief engineer with Pete. And I couldn't commit that type of time to it.
Yeah, no, you guys were really, really busy. But it's so great that, Pete certainly is. He's down in Florida now was he with the World Series of
Yeah, Babe Ruth World Series.
Is that what it is? Babe Ruth World Series? I can't ever keep track of what he's doing, but he's down there for an entire month. But Pete's the guy that really keeps whole WSKB going, and we kind of revolve around him. He's the hub, and we're kind of like little satellites buzzing around him. Mm-hmm. But he does a great job in making sure we're all at those main events and stuff, and that was a lot of fun being at that air show. And then, is there an air show next year?
There is not.
Oh, so we're taking a year off because last year was Barnes, this year's
and it used to be
Westover.
15 years ago every other year, and it's just not practical to do that now.
Right.
Barnes is looking at 2020 or 2021 for their next show. Likelihood Westover will be another 2 years from now.
Okay,
but not in concrete.
Yeah,
9:18 or will soon be 9:18 in the morning. This is WSKB 89.5 FM.
Work. You see me, I be work. You see me do me dirt. So me better work. When you walk a line. I'm in the cafe, my drive me a dessert. No time to have you lurking. You make a like, now you don't like it. You know I dealt with you the nicest. Nobody touched me in the righteous. Nobody text me in a crisis. I believed all of your dreams are duration. You took my heart, all my keys, and my patience. You took my heart, I must leave a decoration. You mistaken my love, I brought for you for foundation. All that I wanted from you was to give me something that I never had, something that you never seen, something that you never been. But I wake up and nothing's wrong. Just get ready for work. You see me, I be work. You see me do me dirt. So me better work. When you walk out, before the table turn. Beg you something, please. Baby, don't you leave. Don't leave me stuck here in the streets. If I get another chance to, I will never neglect you. Against you, I just hope that it gets to you. I hope that you see this through. I hope that you see this true. What can I say? Please recognize I'm trying, baby. I feel why. It's me, I feel why. You see me do my da. So me better why. When you walk out, la. I'm in the car from my
yeah, okay. You need to get done. At work, come over. We just need to slow the motion. Don't get out of the way to no one. Long distance, I need you. When I see potential, I just gotta see it through. If you had a twin, I would still choose you. I don't wanna rush into it if it's too soon, but I know you need to get done. If you come over. Sorry if I'm way less friendly. I got tryna end me. Oh, yeah. I spilled all my emotions tonight, I'm sorry. Rolling. How many more shots until you're rolling? We just need a face to face. You could pick the time and the place. You'll spend some time away. Now you need to forward and give me all the work.
It's me, I feel work. You see me do my da. So me better when you walk out, la. I'm in the car from my
We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646.
It's Tuesday morning from 6 till 8. Wow, it's Tuesday with Bob Plass.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
You think you're American, but do you drink American?
Lager, the beer that brought the forest down.
I like to relax after a hard day at work. And I like to relax hard. Get really drunk. So drunk, you can't tell your sister from your wife. Now that's fun. And now I can do it without gaining pounds, thanks to new Lager Light. Drink even more, gain less. It's the Lager Light promise. At first, the guys were like, I didn't know you drank light beer. Are you going to start wearing dresses and drinking wine coolers too? Well, then I explained it facilitated alcoholism without the attendant weight gain, and they really switched. Now we're all lager men.
Lager Light. We're light in the beer, not in the loafers.
922 WSKB, brought to you by Lager Beer Light.
Yes, the light side of lager beer.
Yeah.
Well, Ken, it is good to be with you in the studio this morning.
Hey, thanks for being in here. I didn't think I'd be putting you through this much work today. The third Tuesday of every month, I tend to have Chef John Slattery in here. And he got pulled away last minute. And I just didn't have time to find anyone else. So
no, that's all right.
It's just me and you, kid. And
we always
because
have a good
of
time.
that, I am still always prepared.
You are.
All right? There will never be a moment of dissatisfaction on Ken's Den.
No, I could tell. Ken came in with his book bag filled with items. I said, what is all that? He said, this is for the show. He's prepared.
All right. So I have in my hands... and it's part of a series of books. This happens to be the amazing book of useless information. So what I will do is I will ask you for a number between 2 and 230.
136.
136. All right, so I'm going to page 136 and seeing if there's anything interesting on here. Hong Kong has the world's largest double-decker bus fleet in the world.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Hong Kong has...
Unverklempt. Talk amongst yourself.
Now, I could give you an interesting piece of trivia based on that. Do you know where the double-decker bus came from?
Oh, it came from Britain, didn't it?
It did come from Britain.
Right.
And how did it come about?
Because the streets there are so narrow, they couldn't have wide vehicles, so they had to go high.
That's a good try, but that wasn't it.
You know what? I sound a little bit better when I do that.
Oh, my gosh.
All right, go ahead.
So in 1851, London held an event called the Grand Exposition. And it was like the first World's Fair. Mm-hmm. They brought in, they were trying to promote trade all over the world, so they were bringing in tradespeople from all over the place, and they had over 14,000 visitors come to the city. Huge event. Built this big big glass and steel building called the Crystal Palace. It was located right in Hyde Park next to Buckingham Palace. And they recognized, at the time they had these little street-drawn cars, streetcars that were horse-drawn, but they knew they couldn't move enough people because they were going to be inundated with this huge onslaught from all over the world. So they came up with the idea of putting one streetcar on top of the other, and that's where the double-decker came from. And so if you look at old pictures, you see two streetcars essentially on top of each other still being pulled by horses. And that's where the double-decker bus came from.
Have you ever been on a double-decker bus?
I have. I've been on the original ones and certainly on the new ones. When I travel, typically to new cities or countries, I love the hop-on, hop-off because they give you a tour of the city. I tend to try to do those first thing because it gives you a layout of the city, takes you all over the place so you can kind of get a sense of your bearings, what's around. They give you a little history. And then when you're done... Now you can go and visit the things that you really like to do. But I've done the double-deckers quite a bit.
Excellent. Now you recently came off a stint of hopping around a few different countries.
Yep, we just finished 6.
And I wanted to bring this up while the chef was here, but now is the opportunity. I'm wondering if you had any different foods that you may have never had before whilst you were traveling, or did you play it safe?
That's a good question. Most of the countries that we were in, so we were in the we were in Ireland, we were in the Isle of Man, we were in England, we were in Wales, we were in Amsterdam, we were somewhere else, and I can't think of it just offhand. But those were all pretty conventional countries.
Fairly safe.
Fairly safe. And so what you find with those is a lot of fish, a lot of beef, and a lot of lamb. But you know what? They're always different. And I love we love going to pubs because I don't go to American restaurants. But go into the pubs and see what is it that they are selling in the area. What is it that they're providing? And the other thing, most people know I'm not a drinker, but I do enjoy having a beer with my meal when I'm traveling abroad because I like to try and sample what the different foods, I'm not a wine drinker, my wife is, but I do enjoy trying a different beer with that. But fish and chips you've always got to do. We were talking about this on the air yesterday on the Buster McMahon show. And, the mushy peas. In Dublin was the shepherd's pie. That was big with them because of lamb and cows and stuff.
Did Michael go into a diatribe about shepherd's pie?
No, he didn't.
All right, because he was talking about how he came across at one restaurant a shepherd's pie made with peas. And he was really kind of upset about it.
A shepherd's pie made of peas?
Yes.
Because it had peas in it?
It had peas in it.
But that would be normal for a shepherd's pie. That's a mix of... Shepherd's pie is like a...
Corn. Shepherd's pie should be corn, not peas.
Oh.
Yeah. So, it drove Michael McMahon nuts that there were peas in it instead of corn.
And knowing Michael, I could just hear how he would have gone off on something like that.
Yeah, twice I've heard the rant regarding it. So... I'm surprised he didn't bring that up when you mentioned shepherd's pie.
No, he did not. We stayed away from that one. We didn't get into real specifics.
Bangers and mash?
Yes, bangers and mash.
When you've had real bangers and mash, it's a different. It's not just sausage and mashed potatoes.
Right.
It's completely different.
Can I be a little colorful with one description? In England, they refer to as fresh dick.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, wow, that's okay.
Yeah.
But, a lot of, like in England and stuff, tomatoes for breakfast. What were some of the other things?
Yeah, sliced tomatoes with breakfast.
Right.
Some white pudding and black pudding.
Yep. Porridge, everything's porridge, which is basically oatmeal and stuff.
Yeah.
But, I really do. I enjoy going abroad and just taste testing what it is that they have.
See, now I've never been out of the country.
Never, ever?
No, but I've been to about 25 states.
Oh, that's cool. I think I got close to. I got over 40 states. I'm trying to get all 52. I can get. I'm over 40 right now. I got to do another head count because I've lost track of it. I know I'm well over 40. The one that I'm missing though is North Dakota. That's going to be a tough. I should have picked that one up when I was over by South Dakota.
Right.
That's going to be a tough.
What do you go there for?
Yeah, I know. Where do you? No reason.
But if when it comes time for me to leave, I really want to concentrate on Southeast Asia and Japan.
Yeah, I had not been there at all.
That's where I want to go.
We've done a lot of Europe. I think right now, I'm just thinking about this now.
I'm talking Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam. That's where I want to go.
I had an opportunity to be in Thailand just last week, but I turned it down because the Westfield 350 is just inundating me right now. So I said no to that. That was for a YMCA thing. But I think I've been. I got to do a head count on this, but I'm roughly thinking about this. I think I'm around 17 countries right now that I've been to, so not bad. Moving up there. My problem is I keep
17 more than me.
You're right, and I keep doing the same countries twice and three times.
Yeah.
Like Amsterdam, I've been now 4 times. It's like
that's like me in Vegas. I 15 or 16 times by now. I mean,
I know. Now we were talking about you going to Vegas. because Buster McMahon goes out there, and he turns out he's quite the card counter. He's quite the gambler.
Yes.
And he's quite successful at it. And
yes,
I guess that they know of him when he comes around.
They know of him in Connecticut.
You're right. Right.
Yeah.
And he can't wait. He said he's taking the day off so that he can hit the MGM.
Oh, yeah. I'm taking that day off, too.
You are?
Yeah,
Are you going over?
August 24th.
You're going over that day?
You bet.
Oh, my God. Do you gamble?
Not anymore, but I love the sounds of a casino and the whole experience. So, when I go out to Vegas now, I'm hanging out. I'm not gambling anymore.
So how often do you go to Vegas anyway? I know you go
at least twice a year.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I like it there.
Just
I may move there at some point.
What is it? It's hot.
It's hot, but it's not hot like around here.
Okay.
It can be 100 over there, and it doesn't bother me.
Really? Now,
Really.
yesterday was lousy hot.
Yeah, it doesn't get
here.
like that over there. But the minute I get off the plane and I get out of McCarran Airport, I can breathe. I don't have any allergies or any problems at all out there.
Oh, you got allergies here?
Yeah. And even with shots, I get 6 shots once a month. I still have some issues around here, but Vegas, I get off the plane and I'm fine.
Now, believe it or not, Kenny, I've never been to Vegas. I've been to Reno. I've never been to Vegas. Is that a direct flight from here?
Sometimes.
Okay. Sometimes. So
Southwest tends to have one direct every day.
And when you go to Vegas, what do you tend to do? What's your favorite thing? Are you hanging out in the casinos? Are you traveling around and seeing the sights? Because you got the Grand Canyon there.
I don't do any of that.
Oh, you don't do any of that kind of stuff? No.
No. Sit by the pool and just do nothing.
Do you have the same hotel that you're in all the time?
It depends on what deals I get from the various casinos, because I have, I don't know, 8 or 9 loyalty cards up and down the strip for every place out there. The Caesars properties,
really?
the MGM properties, the Circus Circus. Well, they're MGM. No, they're Caesars. No, they're MGM now. The Hard Rock properties.
Okay.
I mean, the Casino Royale. I mean, I have cards for every place, and you use them. You show them when you shop something. You go into a shop and you buy a can of soda. You show whatever loyalty card for whatever mother company owns that, and you get points. It's not just for gambling and staying at the hotel. So it's not uncommon for me to spend $24 a night for a room right in the middle of the strip.
$24
a night.
Man, I got to hang out with you more. Holy mackerel! Really?
Yeah.
Because those are like $250, $300 a night rooms.
At least 100 anyway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! It's funny. I've just never been there. My wife actually wants to go out there, so I should confer with you on what to do once we get out there. But that's on her list. But we do enjoy the national park, so we'll probably do some of the Grand Canyon and maybe venture into Utah a little bit.
Yeah, I can set you up with a pretty good itinerary. I did blow over a break. It's 9:35 in the morning. We'll be back right after this.
We don't have to fall from grace. next time you're fighting. Kill 'em with kindness. 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 Go ahead now.
We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646. Discussions of local politics, events, happenings, and miscellany potpourri. Ken's Den, Tuesday, 8 to 10.
Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
9:39 in the morning. Hey, Harry, guess what happened during the break?
What, Ken?
The phone rang, and we have somebody on the other end. Good morning, John.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Good.
Chef John Slattery.
So Harry Rock is joining me in the studio this morning.
Good to hear you, Harry. Good to hear you, Harry.
Yeah,
morning.
Absolutely. I remember just seeing you at a private party a week ago, and you were taking care of my stomach with all the stuff you were cooking. You were doing a great job.
Awesome. That's the nature of being a hospitality industry consultant. I end up at gigs on a moment's notice sometimes, and you never know where I might be.
I was really surprised. It was a private birthday party, and I show up they're very musical, so everybody comes and brings their instruments and stuff. And I show up, and I'm smelling all this food. I'm saying, wow, they're really cooking up some great stuff. And then I look over and I see you. I said, oh my gosh, it was great.
Yeah, it's one of the services I offer when somebody's having a backyard barbecue. I come and bring my restaurant culinary skills and impress your friends or make exactly the food you like, however we like to do it. It's fun stuff. And I get lots of different locations, so it's more fun for me, too.
So am I correct in thinking that you're out in the woods right now?
Yeah, I'm standing on top of a log on one leg, so I have service.
Oh, okay.
Where are you?
I'm in Huntington, out in North Lake at one of the camps. They needed a cook on the fly for the month of July, so I moved out here, and I'm giving them a hand for the month.
Oh, really? Not the Y camp?
What's that?
The YMCA camp?
No, the retreat at North Lake.
Oh, okay.
Fantastic facilities. They have a youth summer camp here for the month of July and some other events throughout the year. Beautiful space.
Oh, God, that's gorgeous up there.
And they did a nice job continuing to update the facilities.
Are they going to let you out for WWLP?
Yes. In the afternoon, sometimes it's a little easier to sneak out. So I was actually on the air yesterday, and then I'm recording tomorrow for a date next week and the week after. So there'll be a couple more appearances. WWLP is coming.
All right, so if we see Chef John on Mass Appeal, it's going to be live to tape.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That's okay. All right, and if I hadn't said anything, nobody would know any the wiser.
Except for when I'm in a room and it's on.
I think he moved his foot off the log.
Hello?
Yeah, we've still got you, John. And he may not hear us.
He can hear you just fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, don't move an inch off of that log.
The dog came by and was scaring me, so I had to.
So I don't know if you heard anything earlier. I finally had success with lactic fermentation.
Oh, your kimchi.
Actually, I was successful with some kimchi. I didn't put in any hot pepper. I wanted to really learn how to get the lactic fermentation done properly. But more than the kimchi, I was successful with half sours.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I've been practicing and experimenting, and finally this past weekend I cracked open the jar, and they were just perfect. And I took the technique from several different techniques of doing it, and just put them all together. And I don't use a crock. I actually use glass jars so I can see what's going on. And when you see it go cloudy, that kind of gives you an idea that the magic has happened. And then I take a Ziploc bag and I fill it with brine, and I use that to weigh everything down. So now I know everything's submerged, and I don't have to deal with mold or scum either.
Good job. Yeah, it's the sanitized rock works really good. No. Fantastic. I'm glad to hear that worked out. I'm right now in full swing trying to put together some buckets of 5-gallon dill pickles.
Uh-huh.
Well, Chef John, you would have been proud of Ken because he started off the show with his usual rant, Ken's rant, and then it was all about fermentation. And I have to say that I learned a lot. Of course, he kept referring to rotting, which wasn't as appetizing.
It's not as illustrious.
Yeah, not quite the word I would like to think about, but we were thinking about, you're fermenting wine. I'm thinking it's rotting. I like the word fermenting a lot better, but Kenny is quite a student of yours, I can tell.
Concept, but somehow all that stuff turns into things.
He retains it.
Yeah, I have a feeling that signal's starting to fade out in Huntington. The sun might be coming up around the mountain, and then you're just messing everything up.
Oh, no. Well, thanks so much for letting me get on there with y'all, folks. And sorry I wasn't able to make it for the full studio. Can you hear me?
That's okay. Yeah, I'll still talk about lactic fermentation next month when I have you in here in August. You'll be around then, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, Chef John Slattery, I want to thank you for calling in.
Thank you very much. Have a fantastic day, everybody.
All right, well, we'll talk to you soon.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, well, that was nice that he called in.
It was.
And Harry's watching what I'm doing here because he's filling in on the board now and then. He's never seen how the telephone system is operated here.
Yep, I just learned a big lesson here. I never realized that we could. I wasn't sure how that
And
worked.
I'm one of those people where I can learn from a book, but I can just as well turn around and say, "You show me."
Right.
And then I got it.
Right. I'm much better that way. I'm very visual.
Yeah. I think I'm a little bit better that way than from a book, but I have no... Well, when I was young, I used to read user manuals and technical manuals instead of novels.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no, that was not my case. I was a novel reader.
And then when high school comes around and at trade school, we had technical writing. Oh, I aced that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, you don't do technical writing at a regular high school.
That's true.
So it was something that I excelled in, and it's because I was, in 8th grade, 7th grade, reading user manuals to VCRs.
That's interesting. Well, that's not something I would have read. And for me, I'm the typical male who, you buy something that you have to put together.
Mm-hmm.
Directions?
I have no problem with that.
Let's just go and figure it out.
I was building prefab furniture when I was 13 or 14 without reading the instructions.
Yeah, it's like a big tinker toy.
Putting a puzzle together.
Right.
9:46 and a half. We're going to pay our bills, and we get back. We'll just start to wrap things up here on this Tuesday morning.
I got
We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646.
Discussions of local politics, events, happenings, and miscellany potpourri. That's what you'll find on Ken's Den, Tuesdays from 8 till 10.
Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
We go everywhere together, right, boy?
At Pet Stuffers, we know there's nothing like a relationship between a man and his dog. Sometimes you just can't let go.
Max, you didn't eat your food. That's the second week in a row. Max?
When the unspeakable happens, just put your four-legged friend in the refrigerator or freezer. Then call Pet Stuffers. We'll be there within a week to pick him up, and in less than a month, he'll be back as good as new. Through an ancient Egyptian miracle process called taxidermy, you and your best friend will always be together.
Yeah, that's a good dog.
Pet Stuffers, when you just can't let go. And coming soon, grandparents forever.
9:51 in the morning. WSKB brought to you by Pet Stuffers.
I never know what he's going to come out with next. How do you find these things?
I spend hours and hours and hours on the interweb looking for these things.
So besides that and watching Big Brother, that's how you spend your time?
Yeah, I don't have a girlfriend, so and I don't plan on getting into a relationship anytime soon because it's
too confining.
Well, no, there's drama, and you know, let's face it, it costs money.
Costs lots of money.
Yeah, so because I'm not committed to anyone, I have time to devote to Big Brother and finding sound bites for this radio station gig that I don't get paid for.
I know, none of us do, but we enjoy doing it. It's fun, I have to say. And we do have people who listen to us.
Yeah, I found out at the air show I'm up to 19 listeners now.
Wow, a whole 19.
Yes, I went from 18 to 19.
Am I in that list?
20.
Uh-huh.
I've got 20 listeners now.
I listen to you.
Awesome.
I do listen to you.
Mm-hmm. So
you and the great Kathy Palmer.
So you're going to be manning the board for your own show at some point.
Yes.
And you're also in here for Michael Buster McMahon on Monday as well. And I know I'm doing a few things here that you typically don't see Pete doing, and I hope I haven't messed you up or got you second guessing yourself.
I know, because I just watched you push another button that I haven't seen you push before, and I'm thinking, okay, what's that one for? I said, Pete, I said, Ken Stomsky's pushing a lot extra. We have this big board. That's what controls all the sound that you all are listening to. So there's knobs and there's little buttons to push and stuff, and you have to be careful what you're pushing and what you're not pushing. So you don't have dead air. You don't have things coming on when they're not supposed to or overlapping sounds. And so I thought I kind of had it figured out because I was running the big board yesterday. And then I'm sitting here watching Kid Stomsky, and he's pushing all kind of buttons, and everything works, and it works as it's supposed to. He's very smooth.
I'm a smooth operator.
A smooth operator. There's a song. He must, and he's got all these sound bites. And those are called bumpers, or those? No, that's not a bumper.
That's just
those are just sounds.
Sound clip.
Those sound clips.
Sound clip.
Wow.
Bumps are either a jingle or a statement that introduces you as a personality. Much like so this would be a bump.
Do you know who I am?
Kenny!
Surely you can't be serious. I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Who the hell is that?
Kenny!
Who is that?
Kenny!
Who the hell is that?
Kenny!
Who is that?
Kenny!
You're listening to Ken's Den with Ken Stomsky.
That's the fact, Jack!
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
That would be a bump.
That's a bump, all right.
Years ago, we used to call them a jock shout. But lately, they're considered bumps. Now, that bump took me about 8 hours to produce.
Yeah, I can believe it. That's a lot of work. There's a lot of pieces in that, and to get it all to simultaneously play.
You have to find it. First, you have to come up with the concept.
Yeah.
And then you have to find the content. And then you have to cut the content. Mm-hmm. And then you have to normalize audio. Mm-hmm. And then you have to put everything together and then make sure once it's together, it's smooth. It's smooth and it flows.
Mm-hmm.
So 8 hours.
Wow, that's a lot of time.
Yeah, so you
more time than I have.
So you're wondering why nobody's making you a bump. It's because
it takes so long. Because I know I've been asking Pete. I said, Pete, I need my little jingle. Well, I call it a jingle, but that's really a jingle's a bump.
Yeah, 2.5 years ago, we used to have production parties in here. Me, Pete, and Jay. And we just voice over a bunch of shouts and bumps all at once. And then we'd have them to an archive to work with and use for other things. But heck, you're just going to have to learn how to make that yourself.
I don't think that's going to happen.
This summer, the Boys and Girls Club, they're providing lunches again, as they did last year and the year before that. They're joining in with a lot of other Boys and Girls Clubs around the country. Now, basically, any child aged 2 through 18 can get a free lunch.
Yeah.
This is an excellent program. There are a bunch of satellite locations you can go to, and this is Monday through Friday. The program is running through August 24th, so age 2 through 18, if you need a lunch. Chapman Playground, 1 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. CPA, 11:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. Powder Mill, 12 noon to 1 o'clock. Sadie Knox, 1:15 to 12:45. Edgewood, 12 to 12:30. The Hubbard Street Spray Park, 12 o'clock to 12:30. South Middle School, 12:30 to 1 o'clock. And then on Thursdays, when the farmers market is open, Church of the Atonement, 12:45 to 1:30. So, excellent program from the Boys and Girls Club. I've got a minute and a half. Terry, anything you need to get out?
Yeah, just quickly, both Kenny and I are part of the Westfield 350, and those plans are really going along. They have a big fundraiser that's going to take place on Saturday, August 11th. It's called Dine in White. It's a French concept where you dress up in white and you bring your own food and your own table linens, and you are given the location an hour before the dinner. So it's going to be a lot of fun. You can get the tickets online at www.westfield350/Dine in White. Do I have that right, Kenny?
Yes, you do.
Oh, not bad. Or you can also buy tickets at Pilgrim Candle. I think that's where they are.
Excellent.
And you can also buy shirts. Kenny, we've got these phenomenal Westfield 350 shirts. And those are available at the Westfield News on School Street, Lewis and Clark Country Gifts at Hampton Ponds, Kelly's Home and Gardens on Springfield Road, and also at Rosewoods on Elm Street. So get your Westfield 350 shirt, and we're also selling the canning jar drinking glass, which is etched with the Westfield 350 dates on it.
Excellent. Harry Rock, thanks for coming in and spending some time with me today.
Always a pleasure, my friend.
Next week, I have Jennifer Gruska from the Rotary Inn. She's going to be talking about the Food Fest coming up in August. And from Saturday mornings, Polka Hall of Famer Billy Bellino will be in here. And he's bringing a bunch of polka CDs we're going to listen to. And we're going to talk about how he's gone through the whole polka thing. He grew up listening to it, formed several bands. He was on WMUA in Amherst for 20 years, it seems.
Wow.
So he'll be in next Tuesday. 2 weeks from now, Dan Paquette will be guest co-hosting, and then we will have Southern Rain in here performing live.
Great song, or great band.
Yeah. And then 3 weeks from now, open phone line Tuesday, Steve Donnelly and Dan Knappich, both in the studio.
Oh, no.
All right. Y'all out on social media, you talk a lot of smack. I'm opening up the phone lines for you to call in to talk with Dan and Steve on the first Tuesday of August. That's all I have time for. I want to thank you for 2 hours of your life you will never get back. I will catch you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bomba-dee-da, 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 bomba-dee-da,
Until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then.
were together. Just sing a song and think about sunny weather.
Happy trails to you till we meet again.